Okay, and then, Mandy, do you feel this question was answered? Or do you want more specific answer?
I don't want to labour it, but it was really, particularly since Keith is gone, and it is encouraging that there will be that kind of wider stakeholder engagement going forward. But just really the point to reiterate, you know, that the likes of CCW and England are now also advocating the use of this tool as part of EIA. It's becoming a component of that process, and that to me indicates that there should be more ownership of it by government and its agencies, whether it's nature conservation agencies or environmental protection agencies, whatever. And I think my point was particularly in relation to the fact that now there are more assumptions being built in about forestry. It requires maybe a new set of stakeholders into that process, because it's, you know, if this is an academic exercise that's being carried out and people are contributing through CLAD, then it's enough maybe to ask Forest Research what they think should be in that calculation. However, if it's going to be a recognised tool for the EIA process, then that debate needs to take place with more input from different sides, and it needs some kind of mediation through government.
I'm aware of just how difficult this area is. I think this project that Peter was talking about today, which I hadn't heard about until today, is, I mean, I'd heard about it, I put in a proposal, but I hadn't heard we were going to get it funded. But we were intending to have an exercise where we basically try and take the current tool. I don't know if this is what they're going to fund, but take the current tool and try and get it into a form where it's fully usable by the various stakeholders who might want to use it. So the main objective of that was to have a series of workshops which involved the different stakeholders and try and adapt the tool to look exactly how they wanted it to look, or how the majority wanted it to look, to make it easy to use, easy to verify, easy to actually get everything out of it that you want to get out of it. And so I think what Gita was trying to say there, I don't know if you caught everything that she said, but she was suggesting that if anybody wants to be part of that stakeholder process, then to contact her and say that you want to be part of the project. So that's something that's going to go on.
Do you know how long this next phase will take?
No, we asked for, we asked for about 6 months.
And to start quite soon, or?
Well, we put this in, it was middle of last year we started, I think this, and it was supposed to start within about a month back then, but it's now somewhat later. So I think it needs to move forward quickly because people are starting to use it, and they need to have the thing adapted in a form that does what they want it to do. It's no good having these little flaws that people don't like, this, that and the other. It needs to be easy to use. And the other part of that was to move forward and bring in the forestry, and so that's where forestry research are involved. But I think the forestry issue, as you've hinted at, is a very difficult issue, partly because of the different management methods, and developers don't like the fact you've got trees around their turbines messing up their blades and that sort of thing. So it's very important to actually have something useful in there for the foresters as well.
Can I say, in the Scottish Government we've recommended to SEPA that they should use the carbon calculator, and SEPA replied yes, interested in intending to do that, and should it not be to all developments, not just wind farms, but that there are some details still to be discussed.
Which of course is true.
It was quite interesting at a recent EIA conference here in Glasgow 2 weeks ago that the representative from the Energy Consensus Unit, when he was asked the question, how's the EIA changing in relation to wind farms, one of the final comments was, we'd like to see more about carbon accounting and carbon footprinting. So I think the shift is certainly going that way.
Yeah, I think it definitely is. And there were people from SEPA involved in the meeting where we were trying to get this project off the ground. So you know, definitely the planning process and all of that is thinking about what's going to happen with this tool. And it's important that we get it right, but it's not something that's going to stop people from being able to develop, put in developments that should go ahead. sites that are going to be damaging should be discouraged.
I think it's important to keep your ranges in there just as an observation, because what happens in practice and what you're doing at, or espousing at EIA stage and what happens in practice in the field is often very, very different, and just the innate variability in some of the parameters that we've spoken about and seen today is very substantial.
Yeah.
Well, for the research community, it's really important to keep funding the research. Contemporaneous with the
Sorry,
development.
can I just, from the point of view, I suppose generally as well, is that one of the things that's happening often seem to be the case, is that wind farms are kind of taking this carbon accountancy forward faster than probably other energy developments. When you mentioned earlier, it's like, does the counterfactual emission factor for fossil fuels include their infrastructure and their kind of their life cycle emissions? And it doesn't at the moment. And one of the things is that if wind farms are being asked to look at all of these details in a lot more detail, then we should be asking the same things of coal-fired power stations and nuclear power stations and everyone else. And then therefore what we should be looking at is the carbon intensity per kilowatt hour as a measure of our energy, of different energy generation things, rather than saying, like, wind farms get to do this, everyone else, nuclear power stations, we're not fussed by that. It should be across the board, really.
Practicalities, isn't it, though, I suppose, of existing coal-fired power stations that have been there for 20 years. How do you get that information?
Yeah, but new ones. New ones that should be.
That's a different issue.
I think that extends to other land uses as well. So you're thinking, in terms of forestry, for example, it's the alternative land use on that soil. Where's the life cycle and analysis beyond transportation off-site? It's not there. So
I would guess, I don't know this, but I would guess that with fossil fuel power plants, that the emissions due to the actual fuel are going to be very much greater than the infrastructure on the heads.
they are.
That's exactly it.
They are significantly more, but it's, I mean, if you start to look at, for example, transport of fuels, that starts to have quite a significant factor. And when you bring in things like carbon capture and storage, that changes the balance as well, because that takes away quite significant amounts of the operational carbon, but leaves the construction carbon up front. So I think it's kind of...
I mean, if you try fiddling about with this and bringing carbon capture and storage just by setting the emission factor really low, you won't have any more wind farms. And that's because it blows it right out of the water.
Yeah.
Carbon payback time goes way up because your counterfactual is so low.
Without wanting to be silly about it, though, a few years back there was tremendous pressure on some of our raised bogs in central Scotland, driven by open casting for power generation. And mess of all the carbon losses are trivial, but looking at them now, they're not so trivial.
Yeah, I mean, trivial compared to the actual fuel that you're getting out, but still an important source of losses, and you're losing your environment as well. But in many of the sites that we've looked at, the areas where they've got degraded bogs that they're storing are actually from open cast mining. So that's coming into the equation in lots of places.
The sense I'm getting from this conversation is actually the recognition of the necessity for carbon calculators in many areas, and that Scottish Executive Francis being here will pass that message back. The academic community will think about it in their research activities. The consultants and developers are asking for clearer, better models, so we're all kind of working towards the same thing ultimately. But it doesn't look like it's a process that is keen to go away. It will be passed on to all developments. It's just that the wind farm developers are at the forefront because of the increase in planning applications and the need to know that something is green that you're actually doing. I think we're almost actually there. These were the questions that Joe and Dali gave very quick answers to earlier on. The detail of the infrastructure, I think we've probably covered that again. Yeah. The sensitivity to restoration if wind farms are ongoing. I can't remember exactly what that was. That's probably been covered in the